this. Luke, what position did you play in high school? Were you an outside linebacker, an inside linebacker, maybe a down lineman? I don't know.
Yeah, I was a strong outside linebacker, so pretty similar to the striker here. Yep.
So when you were you recruited as a striker or a raider?
I was recruited as a striker, but I kind of knew coming into it that I was going to have an open mind and just be ready to switch to any position the coaches needed me.
So when did they move you to raider?
Last spring, actually.
Okay, so this after your freshman year, the spring of your freshman year.
Yep.
Okay, was it a big transition to moving to that position?
Obviously, there's some learning curves at first. It's a different position, so there's a lot of different things I had to pick up and learn, but it wasn't too big of a difference, so I felt like I was able to pick it up pretty fast compared to some others.
That last fall, you were on scout team or no?
I was on scout team for the beginning part of the year, and then I was playing special teams towards the end.
Okay, so about what, midway through the year, you think?
Yeah.
Right, what special team units were you on?
I was on kickoff.
Okay. Did that help you as far as getting acclimated to the college game?
I mean, I didn't play too many snaps, so I feel like coming in this year, I still was a young player, but coming from Florida, I feel like there's pretty good athletes everywhere, so it wasn't too big of a transition.
So this past spring was big for you, and you made a move on the depth chart. Can you talk about the spring? Did you feel like you really, how crucial was that for you to show the coaching staff that you could play ball?
Yeah, the spring was huge for me just to be able to learn Raider, but I feel like fall camp is really when I started to really pick up the Raider position and blossom into the player I am right now.
So I know that you have more weight and strength you want to add, but I imagine you have already done so since you arrived here. How much more weight have you added since you first plebe summer? What were you down to after a grueling plebe summer?
Yeah, I was right at 200 after plebe summer, and then right now I'm sitting at about 210, 212.
Right.
So.
Would the coaching staff think would like to have you at 230?
Yeah, I mean, that'll come with time. I'm not really in too big of a rush for that. I'm just going to listen to Coach K and whatever he has to say. I know he'll get me right, and I'll be at whatever weight they want me in no time.
So how much defensive reps did you get early in the season behind Jordan? I don't remember seeing you out there a lot. Were you getting into games on defense and not just special teams?
Yeah, I was in the dime package, so I would come in every now and then, but I obviously wasn't playing as much as I am right now.
So when Jordan went down, all of a sudden, new role, a much more prominent role. Kind of tell me, did you feel ready?
Yeah, I practice this entire season. I've practiced like I was a starter. That's kind of that's our motto. We practice like we're the starters, and then whenever our time comes, you never know, but you got to be ready to go.
So are you surprised at what you've done here the last few games?
I wouldn't say surprised. Shocked maybe, yeah, just because of some of the stuff that's happened, but not surprised.
The physicality, all of it, you're really having to step up against some pretty, physical football players that you've been playing against the last 2 weeks. You feel like you can handle it?
Yeah, definitely. Our practices are built to make us tough, and obviously the offense is a bunch of tough guys, so going against them every single day, it prepares us for anyone.
So, what do you feel like your strengths? What do you feel like, you bring to the table for this defense?
I do my job well. I'm an elusive guy, so I can make some plays, and I'll listen to whatever the coaches say, and I'll do it.
So it seems like you also have a nose for the ball. You delivered a huge hit on the quarterback, but you also 2 fumble recoveries. Is that correct in 2 games? Is that just, you feel like you got ball instincts?
Yeah, I've played football since a young kid, so that just comes with time, and I feel like I just have a good feel for the game, and it's helped me definitely.
What do you still need to improve upon? When you talk to Coach Brown and to Coach Volker, what do they say you still need to get better at doing? I'm nowhere near finished product. I got plenty of room to grow, so literally in every single aspect of my game, I got room to improve. Well, on that note, when you have kind of a breakout, couple games here where, it's like nobody knew who Luke Pirris was, and all of a sudden they're like, look at this guy's, causing sacks and causing fumbles and recovering fumbles, but past performance is no guarantee of future success.
Yep.
So you kind of not got to get too caught up with what you've accomplished.
Yeah, absolutely. the only promised day is today. So you just got to come in with a workman's mindset and just attack the day. And you really can't dwell on the past or look at the past. And so you just got to be focused on the future, and that's really just got to work every day, focus on the future.
Talking about Luke Pirris, this guy who's come out of nowhere. No one really knew who he was, and then he's making big plays in the games. What can you say about Luke?
You know, I think it's a testament to Luke on how well he's been playing, but it's a testament to the room. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of guys in that room that are busting their butt, that are doing the right things on and off the field, and good things come to those who work hard and those who have great attention to detail. And football's a show-me game, and he would not have been out there if he didn't already show it in practice.
Right. So obviously, though, you never know what you have until you get a guy out there with more significant reps. He told me he's getting reps here and there in a dime package, but then Jordan goes down and suddenly he's got to play a lot more game reps, and he has delivered. I mean, does that show you something some guys are gamers?
For sure. You know, the old saying of you're going to play how you practice, that's exactly true. And Luke brings it in practice along with a lot of those other guys on our outside backer room and guys on the defense. I mean, this is a hard practice and outfit, mm-hmm. and it really gives you confidence to show up on game day and be able to go out and execute and play hard.
What do you think Luke brings to the table? I mean, what do you feel are his strengths? He's obviously a long, rangy guy. What do you feel he brings to the table here?
I think he asks great questions in meetings. Mm-hmm. I think he's early to everything. You can tell he cares. You can tell he cares a lot about his teammates. He's upset when he makes a mistake because everyone's going to make a mistake, but we always say no error repeating, mm-hmm. and he tries not to be an error repeater too much, but it's a really healthy room. There's great senior leadership there, and he's a young guy getting some reps and just continuing to uphold a high standard that we have set in the outside backer room.
So you're going to get Jordan back. I mean, is this kind of a good news situation when you have a guy emerge and playing like a starter, and then the guy who was a starter when he returns to us, now suddenly you got two really good guys at that position?
Totally. You know, football's a what have you done for me lately game. And as J.J. Watt famously said, the rent's due every day.
Right.
And that's something where I think we have a really good culture in that room of those guys showing up ready to work. Those guys are great friends off the field, and they're competing for reps on the field. And when one of them messes up, the other one's there to pick them up. Mm-hmm. And that's something that's an absolute pleasure to be around. It's a pleasure to coach.
So when you've looked at the film on the plays in which he had the sacks or the fumble recoveries, is Luke appear to have a nose for the ball, seems to be around the ball? I guess that's how you make these types of plays, don't you?
For sure. Shoot. One of his fumble recoveries, I don't know if he saw the ball on the ground until Biscuit ran his absolute tail off and jumped on the ball, and the ball kind of squirted around and knocked loose.
And Luke grabbed it?
Yep, and then Luke grabbed it. I mean, that's a testament to Coach Hall in the D-line room and on Coach Volker and Coach Newberry just about how hard our defense practices and our team practices. So hopefully that stuff in practice transitions to the game, and it was awesome to see that show up in that North Texas game.
So you look at Luke and you could tell that he could easily put on another 15, 20 pounds. You just see his frame. Could you imagine, do you feel like in a year or two this kid could really be something, a physical specimen?
Yeah, what Jim Carizzi's doing in our weight room, I think I'm going on my 8th month here, and you're already seeing guys change their bodies. Mm-hmm. And it's awesome. Just the gains they made over the winter, then the gains they made over the summer, and then how he's continuing to train them throughout the season in this war of attrition that is the football season every fall. It's really impressive, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
So obviously when one guy goes out, your depth is tested. So Luke has stepped up and is doing well in the starter role for now. Who is backing him up now? Do you feel good about the guy that's behind Luke while Jordan's out?
Yeah, so we had Dylan Spilios. He had a good week of practice. James Perkins had a good week of practice. We got guys that are pulling for each other, guys that are practicing hard. So it's really been, it's been an easy room to coach in that aspect because guys keep showing up for work.
Mm-hmm.